What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm John Lord. Today we are continuing our holiday horror miniseries with an absolute classic that, even though it's praised by the horror community, I still... You okay, buddy? Even though it's praised by the horror community, I still feel like this movie is super underrated. Like, it's borderline criminal. And that is, from the director of A Christmas Story, comes a very different kind of Yuletide tale. Black Christmas, 1974. This is one of those early proto-slashers before they became all the rage, and it's still one of the best ones, telling the story of a sorority house that is stalked and killed by a deranged madman who loves to torment them over the phone with obscene calls. Unlike the previous review, Krampus, I've actually seen this movie since I was a kid countless times, and I have always loved it. But I did actually just get the 4K Steelbook just in time for the season. Gave it a good rewatch. Still love it. Spoilers. And before we begin, as always, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. It helps the video reach more people and will help the channel continue to grow. Thank you to everyone who has taken the time to do that. I really appreciate it a lot. And with that out of the way, let's get into Black Christmas with The Upside. And right off the bat, this movie has an amazing atmosphere. It's just full of terror and dread. It's one of the few movies that I would actually describe as being scary. It's a simplistic slow burn slasher, too many S's in a row for me, that focuses more on the psychological than just relying on the gore. It builds up so much tension in between kills instead of some of the other slashers where you just kind of feel like you're waiting for the next death scene. But there are some really good kills in here too. You got the unicorn death scene that I think was probably the standout for most people. But I also really like the first kill, the plastic bag over the head and the end result of that up in the attic, as well as the hook kill in the attic. Those are both really well done. Even above the kill scenes, though, the phone calls with Billy are absolutely nerve-wracking and chilling. The set design and the sound design, that's the right word. The sound design in that scene is just off the charts fantastic. I love that. And the shot of Billy's eye through the crack in the door when Jess discovers all of her dead friends absolutely terrified me. Scared the living shit out of me. I could not handle that as a kid. And as I hinted at earlier, this is a pre-Halloween slasher that laid the groundwork for a lot of the horror movies that followed. I know, buddy, you're tired. Yeah. Lost my train of thought for a second. It laid the groundwork for a lot of horror movies that follow. It was the first horror movie that I know of that used the whole call coming from within inside the house. It's got some absolutely great POV shots going on from Billy's perspective, following him around. It's just an oldie slasher that has aged tremendously. And that is all helped out too by the camera work, the lighting, the editing. It just excels in all of those areas where you wouldn't really expect it from such a low-budget slasher. But especially the characters we get here. You've got a really talented cast giving good performances with actually developed characters. What a rare treat for a slasher flick. They're flawed, and there are things about them that would probably make you end up not liking them at first, but they're so developed that they feel like real people and you end up caring about the peril that they're in instead of them just being another person on the chopping block. You've got Olivia Hussey here as our main protagonist, Jess, in a role that's really ahead of its time for the whole themes going on with her about wanting to get an abortion so she can still live the life that she wants to. John Saxon, the legend himself, rest in peace. He's the usual cop character that he plays here, but I've never seen him not be good. But Margot Kidder is probably the standout for me, as she is, I'm guessing, for most people, as the inebriated loudmouth Barb. She's just so much fun to watch. And while the whole movie is terrifying, the last half hour of this movie especially is borderline anxiety inducing. The entire finale I think is really well done. I am one of the people that love the ending. It's disturbing, it's creepy, and it absolutely fits the themes and the tones of this movie to a T. And that's it for the good. Now let's move on to the downside. It's definitely got some of that low-budget slasher cheesiness going on at times, which isn't necessarily a terrible thing, but I think in a movie that's this tense, it certainly makes it stick out a little bit more than it usually would. And while I think the sound production is absolutely fantastic, I think this movie is really missing out on having a more memorable score going on that would help just boost the vibe just that much more. I'm greedy. And that's it for the bad. I really felt like I had to nitpick for those two, but I just don't have a lot bad to say about this movie. I absolutely love it, and I love it more every time I watch it. Can't help it. So the bottom line is if you enjoy stuff like John Carpenter's Halloween, I don't see how you can't absolutely love this criminally underseen holiday classic. I'd highly recommend you check this movie out, which I would give 4.5 stars out of 5. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Once again, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff to help the channel grow and the video grow and continue to get more eyes on it. I really appreciate that. As well as down in the comments below, let me know your thoughts on Black Christmas 1974. Did you like it? Dislike it? Never seen it? If you haven't seen it, what are you waiting for? Get off your ass and go watch it. And I'll see you guys on Christmas Eve when I give you my top 10 must-watches in the Christmas season. See ya.